Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at quite a few gadgets which I think you desperately need within Brawl Stars. So you guys seem to really like this star power and gadget videos because, of course, everyone knows right now coins are really lacking within the economy. So these are even more important than ever to get right in terms of your best build. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So firstly, we have Colt's gadget called Silver Bullet. So Silver Bullet is a gadget which you really can't live without whenever you're playing at Colt. Of course, you can use the other gadgets sometimes in some heist maps, but for me, Silver Bullet is definitely needed whether you're playing any Brawl Ball map to open up a lot of the map to then in unison use it with other brawlers that really thrive in those open areas. That's why a lot of times you use Colt, or of course in some maps like Safe Zone where you want to break open the side to give yourself more coverage and allow you to get towards the safe a lot quicker. And then there's also a few other maps where you really do need the wall break, like on Split for example. You can break open the entirety of the map, so Silver Bullet is definitely needed with Colt's build. So next up we have Jesse's gadget called Spark Plug. So Spark Plug is a really strong gadget for Jessie. She's not the best brawler right now, but this gadget at least allows her to be a little bit viable in some game modes. It takes her a little while to get her turret, but once she gets her turret, it should be so easy to confirm kills with this gadget. So a lot of times you want to be using this against as many brawlers as possible. It really allows them, allows you and your teammates to get kills, confirm kills. You only got 3 uses of it, so make sure you're using them wisely, but this is a must for Jessie. So moving on to another must buy gadget, we have Satchel Charge on Dynamite. So Satchel Charge is a really strong gadget for Dynamite. It allows him to confirm so many kills, and especially if you combine this with his super, you can deal up to 6k damage within an instance. It's really strong for Dynamite and definitely one of the strongest gadgets in the game. So moving on to another must buy gadget, we have Rico's gadget called Bouncy Castle. So Bouncy Castle, of course, has been one of the strongest gadgets in the game for such a long time, and I feel like without this, Rico is one of the worst brawlers within the game. This gadget really allows him to thrive and push up and be super aggressive, especially on some maps like Harder Up Mine and also Safe Zone for example. It's just really hard to get a Rico out of like a really tight situation with a lot of walls when he's still got these gadgets activated, because you can easily heal yourself from around 100 HP to like 4.2k HP. You're literally healing yourself fully back up. It's like you've got a second life every single time you pop this gadget. So definitely a really insane gadget. So moving on to the next must-have a gadget within the game right now, we have Penny's gadget called Salty Barrel. So Salty Barrel is a must-have. Without it, Penny is really easy to take down, just because she doesn't of course have the most burst potential. But with this gadget, you can potentially like one-shot a lot of different brawlers or consistently deal, I don't know, around 3k damage if a tank gets up close and personal. This is definitely beneficial to you if you're using Penny as like a mid in gem grab for example, just everywhere, because there's always brawlers trying to go really aggressive against Penny, and they can't really do that if you have this gadget. So definitely one of the must-have gadgets within the game right now. So moving into the next must-have gadget, we have Carl's gadget called Flying Hook. So everyone should know about this gadget by now. This gadget is literally a must-have. Without it, Carl really isn't the best of brawlers. This gadget really allows you to play super aggressive, and also in certain game modes it can really be the biggest game changer possible. So for example, in Brawl Ball, if the ball's in a really good position or in a really high position, a lot of times Carls can just Flying Hook onto it, especially if they've got a super, and create such amazing plays. You know, in other game modes like Gem Grab, you can use a Flying Hook to go across the map and then super onto the opponent and get all the gems. You've also got Heist where you can use a lot of his gadgets across water and get into really aggro position. You've also got Bounty like Canal Grande where you can use your gadget across the water and collect the first star. The first star is really important in Bounty, so that's why this Flying Hook is definitely a must-have. So another must-have gadget has to be Gus's gadget called Cookie Popper. So with this gadget, you can essentially, once you build up your Ghost Bar, you can deal 1.4k damage with a click of a button, but not even that. Of course, you have to hit the opponent first to gain the ghost, so basically dealing like 2.8k damage within a flash. So that's really good for a brawler like Gus, considering it doesn't have the most burst potential, and a lot of the times you'll be facing off against more so the snipers when you're playing Gus. So that gadget really allows you to confirm really quick kills, but also it allows you to stay defensive against those aggro brawlers. Without it, Gus would be a really easy brawler to take down, but the gadget enables you to stun them, deal a little bit of damage, so this gadget is a must-have. So next up on the must-have list, we have Pam's gadget called Scrap Sucker. So this gadget is a must-have for Pam's build, or just overall in Brawl Stars, because Pam is a really bad brawler without it, in my opinion. She doesn't really offer too much, but this gadget really allows her to be super aggressive. The real common misconception with Pam is that she should be really defensive, passive kind of brawler that's only a support, but for me, Pam is everything but that. Pam, high HP, you want to be super aggressive, and this gadget allows you to remove the enemy from the opponents whilst gaining ammo yourself. You know, single shot brawlers or just brawlers that don't really have that fast reload speed, it can really destroy them. Also tanks as well, you know, for example, like an Edgar, a Fang, or a Daryl gets on top of you, that scrap sucker is going to allow you just to completely destroy them. So actually one of the best gadgets within the game right now. Next up, we have Griff's gadget called Piggy Bank. So this gadget is really strong, especially in unison with other long range brawlers that really thrive in those open scenarios. So the best way to use this gadget is definitely in Brawl. There's so many maps in the game, pretty much every single map in the game, where literally like 3 wall breaks will completely open the middle, or at least a lane. You know, Super Beach, for example, as well as Super Stadium is also another map which you can just use a couple of wall breaks, it breaks open the whole map. Beach Ball, Sunny Soccer, you know, there's endless Brawl Ball maps and other maps where this gadget will really allow Griff and other brawlers to thrive. So definitely a must-have in terms of Griff's kit. So next up, we have Max's gadget called Phase Shifter. So this gadget enables you to dash through anything, really. Basically, you're able to tank so much with this gadget, but the reason why I love this gadget is because you can make so many amazing plays with it in Brawl. But not only that, in some clutch situations, a lot of times against single shot brawlers, you can literally tank a full shot against them. So for example, like a Piper bullet that deals like 2.8k damage, you can gadget into that and tank it fully. You won't receive any damage from it, so it just enables Max to be super aggressive. So definitely one of the best gadgets within the game. Next up, we have Squeak's gadget called Residue. So this gadget literally makes Squeak from one of the worst brawlers within the game to one of the more so better brawlers, especially on maps with those small choke points. It can be really insane with this gadget. It leaves an area of a slowing effect for 10 seconds. Doesn't seem like a long time, but it allows you to get a lot of pressure in a certain area, allows you to get control of the map, and then you can start kind of getting control whatever you want to do. So for example, Hot Zone enables you to get a good lead collecting the zone. Brawl allows you to get pressure on the map and then hence have a good goal scoring opportunity. So many amazing ways to get value out of Residue. Next up, we have Gray's gadget called Grand Piano. So this is one of the best gadgets in the game as well. Grand Piano, you're able to break open like the entire of the map with all of your gadgets. It's just so crazy the area that you're allowed to like break open, especially on some maps. You know, it's basically Piggy Bank but 10 times better, and the fact that you can just shoot it across the map as well, you don't have to actually get close to that wall like you have to do with Piggy Bank. It's just insane. It's one of the most crazy concepts the game's ever seen. Next up, we have Colette's gadget called Gacha. So this gadget is really good, especially at surviving with Colette. So basically this gadget, you steal the HP from the opponent every time you hit them, especially the more HP they have, the more HP you will steal. So it's just really good, especially in unison with her first star power, the shield star power. It allows you to stay alive much easier, and especially as well, say for an example, a really aggro brawler gets close to you, you can pop your gadget, especially if you're really weak as well. It just gives you a second life and makes it really hard to kill a Colette. Next up, we have Buzz's gadget called Reserve Boy. I don't know how to say that gadget, but anyways, this gadget is absolutely insane. This gadget is really strong because a lot of times you don't even need to stun to kill a lot of brawlers. It's really good for versatility, really good for getting around the map and maneuvering. You know, a lot of times if you do miss your super, you're kind of stuck. You know, you're kind of waiting for your next super or hook. At least with this gadget, you can get out of sticky situations, you can get into better matchups, you know, if you completely miss your hook, because not every single time you're going to hit it right. And then also just brawlers you don't need to stun against, you know, like Poco, for example, throwers. This gadget really allows you to be super aggressive and get kills easily. And finally, moving into the last really needed gadget within the game, we have SloMo with Buster. So this gadget really allows you to be super aggressive, and especially in Brawl, a lot of times you can use the gadget and just remove the ball from the opponent and then end up scoring. If you get into a really like aggro position right close to the goal, a lot of times, just like Sandy's gadget, you can just shoot and use the gadget in unison and you basically guarantee the goal every single time. Also, it will cancel certain people's supers, gadgets, etc. It also slows them and brings them closer to you, which of course as Buster you're going to be dealing more damage. Just everything about this gadget is completely broken, and one of the main reasons which makes him such an invincible brawler right now. Alright guys, it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So a little bit of a different style. I'll be upping the quality and the editing as much as possible as the weeks go on. But let me know what videos you want to see, but also my kind of editing style, because sometimes I try and edit a video and then I get people in the comment section rather just hear my commentary on things. But of course, I want to still make it pretty interesting for you guys. So let me know what style of videos you want to see in the future. Again, this year is going to be definitely a big one in terms of grinding, playing the game a lot more, streaming the game a lot more on Twitch, maybe on YouTube pretty soon, you know, uploading daily on my second channel as well. So yeah, I really want to get back onto the grind. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.